everybody, it's Gina. Welcome to the Library Mouse. If you're new here, I am a retired teacher who loves reading, talking about books, but also talking about other things like life, travel, rescuing cats. So welcome. Hopefully you find something that you enjoy and stick around. Today, we are taking a little trip to Tennessee. Back in August, I went to Nashville to celebrate my friend from high school's 60th birthday. We had not seen each other in about 13 or 14 years. And prior to that, we hadn't seen each other for much, much longer. But it's funny how you get together with an old friend and it's like no time has gone by at all. And that's pretty much what happened. But besides just showing you badly filmed footage of my trip, I thought that it would be fun to pair it with some books. So as we go through my Nashville trip, I'm going to be stopping and sharing with you some books that have to do with the area that I was in. So I hope you enjoy this, and let's go to Nashville.
Your larger personal items will be checked at the boarding door when you return to upon the plane to Philadelphia. The seatbelt sign has been turned on. Please fasten your seatbelt. Good evening.
First thing, a disclaimer, I am a very fearful flyer, and the very first plane that I was on was a very small plane with one seat on one side and two on the other, and you could feel every little bit of turbulence. So I spent the entire trip from Rochester, New York to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, gripping the chair rail and not enjoying myself. But I made it safely to Nashville, got picked up by my friend, met two friends of hers that I had never met before, who were very, very sweet. And we were off to Franklin, Tennessee for her birthday dinner. The restaurant is called North Italia. The food was excellent, and I didn't get footage of my food, but it was very, very good. Let's take a look at a couple of books set in Franklin, Tennessee. So the first one is The Orphan Mother by Robert Hicks. He is a local to Franklin. His bestseller was called Widow of the South, and this is a follow-up to that called Orphan Mother. So it is about a slave, Mariah Reddick, and she is a former slave now that the Civil War has passed, and she's trying to build a new life for herself as a midwife in Franklin, Tennessee. But her grown son, who's very ambitious, very politically minded, his name is Theophilus, he's murdered, and she finds her world once more breaking apart. It sounds very, very good. I have never read anything by Robert Hicks, but it sounds like a good story, even if you're not interested in where it was from. So on Amazon, it has a 4.5 stars. It was published in 2016, and it is one remarkable woman's quest for justice. So check out The Orphan Mother by Robert Hicks. Another book that's set in Franklin is the book Lie to Me by J.T. Ellison. She is a best-selling mystery writer. She's a native of Nashville. Lie to Me is set in Franklin, and it's about a couple, Sutton and Ethan Montclair life seems very perfect, but they're consumed by professional and personal betrayals and financial woes. They both love and hate each other, and as tensions mount, Sutton disappears, leaving behind a note saying not to look for her. So, her husband, I'm not sure if it's her husband actually, it might just be her partner. Anyway, Ethan finds himself like the target of gossip among his friends, family, the media. The police investigate. Is Ethan the killer? Is he being set up? Did Sutton hate him enough to kill the child she never wanted and then herself? It sounds like a pretty good thriller. So that is the book Lie to Me by J.T. Ellison. So Tuesday was a lot of fun, just catching up, hanging out at the pool at her sister's house. And we just had a really, really nice, relaxing day. Tuesday night, we went out for Mexican food, and then we went over across the street to Belmont University. Belmont University is where the musical Dolly was being performed. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. Dolly was very active in the writing of the musical, and it was the story of her life from a little child. So they had like a little Dolly, a teenage Dolly, and an adult Dolly with magnificent voices. And adult Dolly, if you closed your eyes, you would think it was Dolly Parton. Just very, very great show. If you have a chance to see it, I believe they're going to start touring. I know a number of their cast members were from Broadway productions, one of which was Wicked. But I think I'm not sure their tour schedule, but definitely look it up. I'll include a link below to the show. But afterward, you could go in and see the Dolly Experience, where they had all of the things that she sells, her records, a whole section devoted to her imagination library. It was fun. It was very, very fun. So on that note, let's check out a couple of Dolly Parton books. So there are a million biographies written about Dolly Parton, but the newest autobiography is coming out in November, and it is called Star of the Show, My Life on Stage. It's written by Dolly Parton and Tom Rowland. It is just a huge book celebrating her career as a performer, personal stories, more than 500 full-color photographs, ephemera, an 8-page listing of all of her performances. It sounds like it is going to be a very, very interesting book, especially if you are a big Dolly Parton fan. So I think that will be great. Comes out in November. November 11th. So you can pre-order it now. So that was star of the show, My Life on Stage. Okay, well, going completely opposite direction, we have a book that was written by Dolly Parton, fiction. And it is a newer novel that was written along with James Patterson called Run, Rose, Run. It was published in 2022. It's a thriller about a young singer-songwriter who has run away to escape her troubled past. So, of course, she's coming to Nashville, where she's supposedly going to claim her destiny, but it's also where the darkness she's fled might find her and destroy her. It sounds pretty good. It's 448 pages. So this has a 4.4 rating on Amazon. It's said that people like the novel because it's fast-paced, easy to read, it's exciting, it's suspenseful, it's a great collaboration between James Patterson and Dolly Parton. It says it gets positive feedback for its dialogue and character development. So it sounds like it might be worth taking a look at. So check out Dolly Parton and James Patterson's novel, Run, Rose, Run.
Talk about love. You better talk to me.
Now, I'm just taking pictures of like where we are. The next day, we decided to tour Nashville. Well, not really tour. We went downtown, and I have never been to downtown Nashville before. We had food at I think it was the International Food Hall, Assembly Hall. We'll see in the video. And then we walked the streets. We spent a lot of time at a place called The Stage listening to a band. I don't think for myself that I would want to be out any later than we were. We had the senior citizen hours of 7 to 10, and then we went home. But I think that I probably would not have enjoyed it after that. But it was an experience. Let's just say that. And there are so many books with the setting of Nashville, Tennessee. So I just picked a couple of them. So let's take a look at a couple novels that were written about or in Nashville. So the first one is All We Ever Wanted by Emily Griffith. It tells the story of Nina, who has a comfortable life. She has a tech-rich husband. Her son is going to Princeton, but then their life is upended by a shocking photo that was taken at a party, which divides the community with people pitted against each other. It sounds like a very interesting book. I don't think I've ever read anything by Emily Griffith, but it is set in Nashville and it is all we ever wanted. There's another book set in Nashville that I thought sounded good. It's Because You're Mine by Rhea Fry. She's single mother Lee. She has her daily routine, you know, as single mothers do, down to a science. She has a son, Mason, who is on the spectrum, and she really, really takes care to keep consistency in his life and to keep him safe. But then her best friend convinces her, like, hey, you need a break. So she gives into a weekend trip away. And Noah, who is Mason's tutor, is staying with him. And then 48 hours later, someone is dead. But not all is as it seems. It says that Noah may be more than he claims he is. Grace has a secret, one that will destroy Lee. Lee has secrets of her own that she wants to keep hidden. And then we have Mason. And it says, perhaps it's no mystery. Someone is gone after all. That sounds good. I think I'm getting more into these kind of books. So I just might check that one out. But that also has Nashville, Tennessee as the setting. So check out Because You're Mine by Rhea Fry. Finally, on Thursday, we spent the evening in Leapers Fork, Tennessee. Another place that I had never visited. We went to an open mic night at Fox and Lock, which I hear is extremely iconic. And it seems like it's really hard to get in on their open mic night when you read what they have to do. It's a very short window of opportunity to get picked. It was very cute, but it was dark almost when we got there. And so I didn't really see the village in light. But if you have a chance and you're in Leapers Fork, definitely go over to the Fox and Lock because the music was so well curated. I had been to another open mic night in Nashville before. I believe it was at the Concord Grill. The talent in Leapers Fork was so above and beyond. They were wonderful. So you reserve your table, you eat dinner, and then you stay for the show. And it was great. I did find a book set in Leapers Fork, and it is a holiday book. So this might be the perfect time to put it on your TBR, maybe for November, December. And it is Meet Me at Christmas by Jenny Hale. It is about a traveling writer and researcher named Stella. She's working in London, but she's called home to her family's farmhouse in Leapers Fork to help her mother through her first Christmas without her father. And adding to that fact is her younger sister, Lily, who has run off to get married without telling anyone. But when she gets there, guess what? It's the man she's left behind, Henry Dutton. And he's not speaking to her because, you know, she ran off and left him years ago. But she says that there is a much bigger reason to blame for his unfriendly reception. She quickly becomes the one person he believes can fix everything, but she's not sure that she can, and she thought she's buried the past, but of course here he's standing. So it's a little mystery, it's a little romance. I'm not sure if she's out to save the family farm, but I think I might try to read that. Usually holiday books I don't love because they all seem to have the same plot. This might be worth checking out. I like to read books with settings from places that I've just visited because it just makes it more real to me. I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that, or yeah, I was there. So those are some books about Tennessee. Now, Friday, we spent the morning at Loveless Cafe, which is also an iconic diner. It used to be a motel. We had breakfast there, and then pretty much we were all headed home. But it was a wonderful trip, and it was great connecting with my old friend from high school. And I would say if you have a chance, it was a fun place to visit with so much to do. So much to do. You will find yourself not running out of things to keep you busy if you head over there. So thanks for watching. I'll wrap this up with some last day of visiting at the Loveless Cafe. So take care, happy reading, and see you on the next video.